AppNexus has been working with the various iterations of Xaxis for quite a long time, going back to 2009, when Brian and John-Stu and others said, hey, we're building this incredible media business. We need technology to make it work. And for 5 years we had a good relationship. Last January in Davos, I found 15 minutes with Martin Searle, and I said, Martin, we really need to take this incredible asset that Xaxis has in Open Ad Stream and combine it with all of the technology that AppNexus has, so that AppNexus can be the best ad technology business out there, and to allow Xaxis to focus on building extraordinary media products that will allow agencies and marketers and others to really take full advantage of this technology platform. So if you really look at it in that sense, you've got this pure play technology company that doesn't have a media capability, and this incredible media company that can take full advantage of the technology we build. And so in that sense, a lot of my job in this relationship becomes innovating on the technology side and partnering closely with Xaxis to take full advantage. And so a good example is if you take Turbine, which is the DMP platform that Xaxis has built. This is a global business. There's so many different kinds of companies that they can work with. There's this broad breadth of supply partners. There's optimization algorithms that need to be plugged in to take full advantage of the data. It's a lot for anybody to bite off. And so for us, we don't have a data product. So we can plug in and focus on all of these integrations and hooks, and then Xaxis can focus on how to take this incredible data asset and help their clients take full value. So I see it as a really almost perfect complementary relationship between two innovative companies, and it's critical to our future because we need companies to innovate with us and to take full advantage of our technology. And I think it's pretty important to Xaxis as well because we can keep giving them new ideas and new products that they can take to market.
And when you think about AppNexus, which has been your vision from the beginning, where's the vision go in 5 years?
So if you look at AppNexus now, we've got this incredibly powerful platform. And I would use the analogy of you walk into a new apartment or house and it has good bones. We've built incredibly good bones, but there's still a lot more that we can do around that incredible foundation. So we can serve ads at larger scale, more reliably, with more technology involved than anyone ever has before. Now we need to fill in some of the actual walls and floors to make it, a fully functional platform. So for instance, video. We have all the framework built, we have the bones built, but if you say, do we have every single piece of a video platform we need? Ironically, or maybe typically, we did all the hard stuff, and then, we say, okay, the foundation's there, let's go build some more foundation. What we'll do is we'll fill in more and more of the walls and windows and things like that to make that platform world-class. And we'll dramatically cut the price point for the whole industry in terms of video. We'll do that for native. We've already done that for mobile largely. What you'll see is this scale commodity platform that lets you do almost anything you want with one platform. And I think the whole Lumascape will be much simpler because you only have a couple of companies that can really do everything. And a lot of what you're now paying a bunch of individual vendors for will be effectively free. You won't need to have 31 different platforms to be successful as a publisher or as a DSP or as an SSP or as a marketer. And the cost for that whole package will be lower. The cost to operate that full stack will be lower. And I think will enable a lot of people to innovate now because instead of just figuring out how to make the pieces fit. I mean, so many people are spending time like, oh my gosh, how do I make my DMP plug into my SLA, to my PMT, to my this, to that? Your head will explode. It will just work. And so I think half of our effort is make it just work, and half will be to enable more and more creativity and innovation on top. And it's almost a barbell. Either you're going to be really sophisticated or it's going to be really easy. And I think that's where, for agencies especially, it has to get a lot easier. It has to be less fragmented and complex so that you can get back to real media and marketing and creativity. And for companies like Xaxis, you need the hooks to add all this sophistication. If you're in the middle, where it's too complicated for you and you don't have the ability to truly innovate, it's going to be rough. And so I think we'll see a real split in the market, and AppNexus will facilitate both.
Now, speaking of creativity, where do you see creative optimization fall into the AppNexus platform?
So today, we allow for creative optimization in the sense that if you give us 1,000 different creative, we will automatically choose the best creative for every site, for every user. Like, we can do a fairly good job of choosing between a bunch of creative if you put them in the system. What we don't do as well today is allow for automatic creative optimization at the next level of granularity. So a dynamic creative, or we call it product ads, so that as you browse through Walmart with 1 million products, that we can say, hey, let's use collaborative filtering and recommendation engines to say you'll see the same product or kind of products that you saw. We have a bunch of partners who do that. I think over time, more and more of those capabilities will be built into our platform, mainly because our optimization algorithms are getting more sophisticated, not just for creative, but for every part of the platform. In fact, we're rolling out early versions of this in partnership with Xaxis over the next 6 weeks. So pretty excited to see how a sophisticated marketer or a sophisticated media company will start taking advantage of it, and over time we'll just add more and more features. But the biggest challenge will be creative agencies. Yeah. Can they keep up? My concern is always that we can innovate so much more quickly than the agencies and marketers can. And look at mobile. The gap isn't, can we advertise in mobile? The gap is, can we get the right kinds of ads on mobile screens? Can we track how people convert? Are our websites ready? So many marketers don't have websites that enable effective conversion paths for mobile. So it doesn't make sense to market in mobile. I think that's the most important recognition I've had, is even 10 years in the industry, and we still aren't even touching the technical capacity that we have to drive interesting things in creative.